One. All right. Dooney, Nico, aka Neekdaskittz. We are
Yo.
live. We are officially live, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Wednesday to y'all. It's been a couple Wednesdays since we've been out here, but that's because our brother Dooney went and got himself hitched. So
Congrats.
welcome back, bro. Just got back from his honeymoon a couple days with his queen, my sister Nessa. So blessings to you, bro. That's how I wanted to make sure that we kick it off.
That's what's up, man.
Happy
Congrats,
marriage to you
man.
both.
Congrats, man. Happy man.
Thank you.
Happy man.
And ladies and gentlemen, if y'all are tapping in for the first time, let me give you a quick rundown of who we are and what we do. My name is Mikey P. I'm the co-host along with my brother, sitting right in the middle with you, Dooney, aka John Wyndham. We are the We Outside live cast. We run live Wednesdays, Saturdays, and Sundays. Wednesdays and Sundays are We Outside. Saturday mornings, we do the Put the Guns Down, We Outside. We're against gun violence, not against guns, but against gun violence and making sure that we are aware of mental health in a way that nobody's really paying attention to it these days. So it's We Outside Wednesday, and we got Neekdaskittz tapping in with us, man. South Houston rapper, mental health rapper.
That really
Listen,
just recently became a thing, and I think I just like token myself that because at first it'd be people every interview I got, it was like kind of like a repeating record of like, oh
mhm.
man, what do you consider your style as? And it'd be like, yeah, I always used to say unhinged, but then I had to really just sit back and think about like, what the fuck do I really be talking about? I'll be talking about my mental health. So
Create your own lane.
yeah, so I was like, you know what? The unhingedness, the grudginess, the off the wall shit, the on the wall shit, the in the pocket, out the pocket shit. It's all part of my mental health. So yeah, I kind of
I,
token myself that.
I love it, bro. Like Dooney said, you create your own lane, and it was dope because that's how I discovered you, bro. Tech9 reposted
Man,
something a couple weeks ago, and we're gonna get into that for sure. But that's how I discovered you, bro. So the way I look at it is the universe sent you to us, bro, for a reason.
man, thank God. Thank
And
that, dude. You gotta understand. We gonna get into that later, but bro, you gotta
yeah, now
understand.
we're definitely gonna get into that for
Yeah.
sure, for sure.
Let's say we know him personally. So
Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
So for me, he's my favorite rapper, and I don't think he understands like how impactful that was for me. Like he's been my favorite rapper. So I was 10 years old, and I'm 29. You see what I'm saying? So it's like
Mm-hmm.
for me when I just the fact that I've met him 3 times. One time was at a warehouse live in Houston, Texas. Second time was at the House of Blues, and my third time we were just in the Woodlands. We basically reconnected. He was like, "Yo, give me your number," and you know, what I'm saying we've been chopping it up. So him reposting those after he seen it was like a big like for me. It's like that's my favorite rapper showing love, and I'm like truly grateful and humble for that dude. Like y'all don't understand,
your
bro.
brother, bro, and you're gonna give props where props is due, bro.
Yes, sir.
As
Like
he should.
he's one of the
That's
few, bro.
where you came from.
Yeah, he's one of the few, bro. You know how they say don't meet your idols or your heroes, or whatever like that. And I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, he's but no, he's a real, real major like impactful person in my life when it comes to rapping. And dude, just the fact that he said he would repost it, and I'm thinking like, man, this man is busy. You know what I'm saying? He probably going, you know what I'm saying? He probably would do it, but just not as he said he'll do it the day. And the day of, he said he'll do it, boy, he did it. So I will forever be grateful in God's hands with that man. For
It's
real.
a good brother, bro. I mean,
Man,
just a
thank you,
good human being, bro. He's a real good human being, bro.
bro, for real. 'Cause, oh
No,
man,
solid dude, solid dude. This is the first time, Dooney, that we've had somebody on the live cast that we know as well. So now we'll get into that later. But real quick, Nico, let the people know who Neekdaskittz is, kind of in your own words, and then we're just gonna flow from there, bro. This is all
well,
unscripted, all authentic.
I just like to start off by saying, I'm Michael Jackson. I do smack midgets, unicorns, and fat bitches. That's just on my own accord. So we're gonna get to that later of why that even happens. But yeah, man, I'm out of Southwest Houston, Texas. Born and raised out of 6300 West Airport. That's the block. You know what I'm saying? Um, I grew up in the, I wouldn't say in the industry, but I grew up with close family and friends that are in the industry. Shouts out to my Uncle Bun. Shouts out to my uncle and manager, Uncle Truck Buck. Shouts out to their road manager, Bone. Shouts out to a lot of people on the way. You know what I'm saying? It's basically real family of mine. I've been here for a while, I guess you can say. I'm finna hit I think my 11-year mark next year, which is crazy. No, no, no. I'm hitting my 10-year mark next year on my birthday. So I've been doing that. Um, you can ask Lupe about me. That's the big homie. I've been on tours with him. Been on tour with Jordan Lucas. Yeah, man, it's a lot. I've been on Netflix, Rhythm and Flow. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Shanae and Denise for that one.
What season? What season were you on?
This first season, I was on
Okay.
episode Atlanta. So yeah, I got cut. So yeah, it's a whole thing behind that. But yeah, yeah, I was on that. Um, I've been on. Shouts out to Bun again for the Trill Static albums. I'm on 3 and 4. Finna be on 5. So let's do
There we
this.
go.
Um, I have albums out. Schizo Season, Letters from the Asylum. Um, I'm working on the third, well, the second installment to Schizo Season. Schizo Season 2, which would be my third album. Um, I have mixtapes. I have Skitzing Out 2, Being Childish, and then the 4 epilogues that I just dropped this year. Epilogue of Mr. Brown. Um, yeah, man, it's a long list of things, and I'm only 29, so yeah, that's another thing. I'm a Gemini, you know what I'm saying?
You still got a lot ahead. Then you still got a
Yeah,
lot ahead.
right, and that's the mind-boggling part. Um, I have a daughter who's like the love of my life. Love Elizabeth Brown. She's 6. She was born December 20th, and that's probably it. That's a lot that I can say about me. That's
There you
introducing me.
go. Neekdaskittz in his own words. Dooney, where you want to start today, bro? Where you want to start today? What do you got on your mind?
Um, we talked about talking about categories and how to categorize um what you talk about, who you are, um, and mental health. The mental health component is what's causing a lot of things, a lot of harm in our community, right? What gave you the courage to speak about that? What inspired you to speak about that, then to label it that, right? To make it your own. So congratulations on that. Understand you
Thank,
carved your own path, bro.
thank you.
Everybody don't have the courage because they want to fit in.
Yeah,
And you
that's always been like the opposite thing I was always taught my whole life. But I have to give that to my mom and my dad. Um, I'm not saying like they're the best people in the world ever, but they had me young. They had me at 16 and 17, so I kind of grew up with my parents. So I was always taught to speak your mind. If there's something wrong, say something. Um, Basically, speak when spoken to. You know, the different things about respect and being a gentleman and things like that. You know what I'm saying? Chivalry. But as far as like me as a person, I was always taught to never hold my tongue because I'm a Gemini. I'm not gonna hold my tongue anyway. So
Mm-hmm.
I my mom always taught me just to learn how to learn how to keep shit sweet for the taste of other people, basically.
mm,
So when it comes to talk about my mental, again, I gotta give big props to my mom. When I was a kid, I think around I think I was like 11, 10 maybe. For Christmas, she gave me a composition notebook and other gifts, but that was the one thing I asked her for, and when she gave it to me, she was like, "Now you can write your feelings, you can write your raps." And since then, my grandmother also got to give a big thing to that because she writes plays, she writes poems, she books. My other grandmother who passed in July of last year, um, well, both my grandmas are minister, but the one that passed away in last year in July, she was into reading novelty books and crime books and things like that. And my dad is just the ultimate gangster. So, so when it comes to like just going all around the board, it can do anything and just talk about what's on my brain. It's my family. They just taught me how to don't hold things in before you explode because I
Mm.
have real horrible rage problem, real horrible bad anger problem. So my people taught me how to, like I said, keep it sweet for others' taste, and that's where it came from.
I could appreciate that. Fully felt there because I
Yeah.
used to be the same way. Like it's still in us, right? That rage, and if
Right,
we don't, it's like the tea kettle, right? Like if you let that shit get too hot, what happens? It's
right,
gonna whistle off, right? And
right,
we gotta be very cognizant and conscious in general, before getting too hot,
right.
there as well. So it's dope that you have this medium and your art, in addition to the way that you're able to work through the mental aspect of things, like Dooney was talking about, right?
Yeah, with
You
horrible ADHD and all, dude. Like, oh, it's mind boggling. But yeah, that's also the thing. Like, I was as a kid, I've been diagnosed, but mama didn't let me take any pills. So
Bro,
she always taught me how
bro,
to
they
tell me what.
try to call all of us, right, and label all of us as ADHD, bro,
Mm.
because we have a level that they've
Nah, they
never.
can't be rich. Yeah, they can't be reached. They can't understand. Like my
It's a
brain works fast.
spiritual thing.
Like yeah, like
It's a
my brain works
spiritual
faster
thing.
than
It's a whole
yeah.
nother realm, bro. So
Uh,
you, because you have that energy and you get that energy from the sun. It
yeah,
don't kill you. Get energy from the sun. So there have to be something wrong with it. They
yeah,
try to do the same thing with me. Try to give me Thorazine, Milleril, and Prolixium. Talking about
mm.
you got ADHD. My mom just put me in all sports and I just killed it.
Yeah, yeah.
You know
That's
what
with
I'm
me.
saying?
I played every
So
sport,
like what?
dance groups, all that. I've been in choir. Like I've
Come
been
on,
in
man.
every activity possible.
Choir, you know what I mean?
Yeah, so
Everything,
like
bro. You
yeah,
just gotta do something with that energy, bro.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Uh,
You
yeah.
got a lot of
So that's
dispersion.
not a bad thing. Yes,
No,
sir.
it's a true story because I think, like, yeah, yes, you just got to find a solution to things ultimately, right? Of how to work through it without putting I mean, think about how many years that we've been around as humans. Like, you think they had this shit like way back in the day? No,
Mm,
they didn't.
yeah,
They didn't. And if they did have anything, it was natural or it was just a solution oriented way to work through some shit, man. So
right.
I want to touch base real quick because you said you got that composition book as a gift when you were like 10, 11 years old. But right before we popped off on this live, you had talked about you. I mean, you've been spitting since about 4 or 5 years old.
Yeah. All
Um,
right. So yeah, that
so
yeah.
so 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 how did that start? You obviously already talked about the family
Um.
lineage, right? So it seems like it's already in the DNA, like a Kendrick song.
All right.
But
All right. So yeah.
where did it really start for you? Around that age, how did it kind of just get going for you?
All right.
When
So
you got that
for
competition
like
poster.
yeah, for like blood lineage wise, as far as what you were saying on that, um, all my grandparents had something to do with music back in the day. My grandmothers were singers, traveled across, what I'm saying, state or country with choirs and things like that. My great grandfather was a musician in a band in Louisiana from New Iberia and things like that. But anyway, um, when it comes to rapping, I don't know. It just all right. Again, I have to blame my mom, bro. She's so cool. I have to blame my mom. I wish she was up right now so she could come sit right here with me. Um, Nah, it's my mom. When I was in, I'll say the cocoon. She had these maternal earphones, right? And my mother is like a die hard Tupac fan. Like
Mm,
whatever Tupac had going, she was going for it. You feel me? Like that's all it was. So a mixture of that always just instantly from birth catching a beat to neo soul, rap, Christian rock, whatever my mom was in the mood for. And then as I grew up, my parents have just two different diverse work styles. My dad is more of a type person, you know what I'm saying? So he's more than the DMX, the locks, the clips. He's more into Big Daddy Kane, Rakim, Wu Tang. He's more into that whole little thing. You know what I'm saying? My mom, she's more into neo soul, gospel and things like that. So I listen to Jill Scott, Lauren Hill, the Fugees, the Roots, you know what I'm saying? The things like that. I love all that, but the composition, I told her, being 5 years old, it was just I can dance, you know what I'm saying? So that's my thing. I like the pop lock and whatever. So since a kid, every time music came on, I just start dancing. Like instantly, I just start dancing. Like it used to be a thing that if I got in the car and my song came on, we can be on the highway, we can be on a road trip, we could be going anywhere. My parents, whoever I'm with at the time, if I'm with my dad or with my mom, they're gonna pull over and let me dance on the side of the road. And then people are gonna pull over the side of the road, stop, start dancing with us and all type of things. So I've always been like that much of entertainment. But when it came to rapping, I don't know, I'm good with words. Along with that composition book, my mama gave me a thesaurus. But when I was 5, it was just more of beats. I like beats. So when I was able to mimic, not mimic, when I was able to, yeah, I'll say mimic the songs, and I know it word from word. Like when I was 5, what was that song back in the day? I was born in '96, so around 5 is like 2003, 2, 4. That song, I think 50 Cent was out around this time, and no, right?
Yeah, 50 came out probably around
Oh
like
three,
2000, something like that.
yeah, right.
Because
All
he
right,
he
so
because he
my
had he
buddy,
had how to rob dropped in like 99. I want to say that was his
right,
like
right, right, right. So
breakout track.
So around this time, my dad had a blood of my blood, flesh of my flesh,
Mm,
DMX.
mm,
Um, and that album, I knew word for
yeah.
word.
Yep.
Um, I knew 50 Cent. I knew 50 Cent. The Get Rich, not Get Rich or Die Trying. What was the first one when he put Lloyd, Buck, and all them on it?
Was it Curtis Jackson?
No, it's way before the Curtis Jackson. Curtis Jackson when I was in middle school.
That's right, because that was the same album that came out
Yeah,
the
I
same
think
day that Kanye came
not
out.
bulletproof. It's not
Oh my
bulletproof.
God.
It's the
Somebody help
album
us
right
out.
after, it's the album right after bulletproof. It's the album right
I,
after bulletproof or before.
I'm gonna look it up real quick. I'm gonna look it up real quick.
It's an album. As a matter of fact, I can look it up too. Let me see because it's my favorite song on there. It's a song called My Buddy that's on there.
Oh yes, yep.
Okay, so
Get rich.
yeah,
Let's see. We
and they
got
take
Get
your
Rich or Die
key,
Crying,
blank,
The
take your key,
Massacre,
blank, yeah.
Curtis,
Go back.
The Massacre,
Uh,
Get Rich or Die Trying,
uh, like
Curtis, Before I Self Destruct, Animal Ambition.
that's just his albums. The G Unit. It's a G Unit
Oh,
album.
you're. Oh, okay. I got you.
uh,
I got you right now. Beg for Mercy or TOS.
Beg for mercy. Beg for mercy. They had clickety clank.
November 14, 2003. It came out.
Right, right. So they had Piggy Bank on there. They had the song where he was dissing everybody. They had My Buddy on there. I actually did a remix to My Buddy. But those songs what made me be like, I want to rap. Like I like this is cool. Like this is super. Oh, and Twist the Adrenaline Rush from the Kamikaze album. Oh,
sir.
I
Yes,
just did a.
sir.
I did a
I
remake to that one. I just did a remake to
me
that one.
too. I
Yep.
did Adrenaline Rush years ago. Like when I tell you, as a
You go
child,
crazy.
I knew Adrenaline word Rush word from word, bar for bar, like Soldier Boy. Like 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 off rip. Like when I tell you, like my favorite, like I can. Those is what made me like rap as a kid. You know what I'm saying? So making beats on the desk in kindergarten, pre-K, and all that. I used to already do that because it's like a nervous tick. When I'm done with my work and I'm bored, just gotta do something. But just rapping my own words, it's this Houston freestyle, and I started um pop in the Ray cassette, turn up the fucking deck, lend me your ear because the south side with a wreck, I'll put your ass back. I was young rapping, like cursing, and I tried to like clean up, but I started off with that, and that's when my mama heard me one day, and she was like, "Hold on, do it again." My mom's a true South Sider from Houston. You know what I'm saying? She's a little light skinned German lady, but she all the way hood. You know what I'm saying? She's black German lady. She all the way hood. She all the way gangster. She all the way with the shits. And when I did it, she's like, "Hold on," replayed the beat, and I started freestyle. She's like, "Man, you know, so that's what started it." And when I got older and I started getting in trouble for it in school, you know what I'm saying? After teachers tell you to shut up, and it's like, yeah, I'm done with my work though. So what else you want me to do though?
Exactly.
Like what else you want me to
Right.
do? Like you're not gonna let me go outside. So I'm gonna just sit here, make these beats and rap. So I just started doing that over the years, just rapping, getting in trouble. I used to sing, dance, and then when I got to the age of 10, my mama gave me the composition book, and it's been over ever since then. And yeah, my first time in the actual studio, I was 15, and that's when I started my recording journey. So yeah, next year will be 10 years.
That's what's up, man. Because I mean, you've been doing it already a lot longer than some people will ever even have a career.
Yeah, right.
Recording
And I
otherwise.
started, and I started young, dude. Like I be really thinking about like half of the shit I've done. Like professionally recording, I started at 15, but actually my career started. I graduated high school, so about like 2015, 2016. You know, so again, I'm still 10 years. You know what I'm saying? So it's I don't know. I don't. It's for me. It's like thank God. You know what I'm saying for being 15 years just trying to record professionally, but 10 years actually doing this shit. You know what I'm saying and making moves and shows and things like that's it's amazing for me, and that's what kind of mind boggles me. But hey, I'm here. I got reposted by my favorite rapper, almost at 30 years old, and still going. So
But that's the beautiful thing about it, though, right? The journey, evolution.
that journey, though, that Lord have fucking mercy, that fucking journey, dude. People really gotta enjoy this shit because this shit gets really, really, really weird. It gets really weird, especially as an artist. And it means, and this is not to say just any rap artist or whatever. I mean to artists, as any
Hmm.
artist, you can be an artist painting, a, a fucking graffitier, a dead breakdancer, whatever it may have to do with art. It comes a time when this shit looks like, dude, fuck this. Dude, fuck this. Dude, fuck that. Fuck this. Fuck you. Fuck I. Fuck them. Fuck we. Fuck us all together. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, dude, that journey is like, it's, I wouldn't say it's amazing. Let me just be the honest person. I wouldn't say it's amazing, but it's damn sure worth it. Like just the fact that when it's finally not over, but when it finally gets to a point where you can, you know, like
Hmm.
that's when you'll be like, thank God. Cause Lord have mercy, I'm almost there. But for me, at this moment, just to get that repost from Tech, that's how that shit felt. It was like,
It's making
thank.
it to the peak of that mountain, right?
Yeah, it's like
Where you can now
I'm
rest,
right.
right?
Yeah, like
You didn't do the
Lord.
work, but now you can now rest because you're on flat
Right,
land, right?
right, right.
Yeah.
It's just to let you know that it's right there, bro. Like don't fucking stop. And Lord knows, and a few people know that I wasn't planning. I was not planning on this shit, dude. I wasn't even planning to even make it this far. As far as my how I think about myself, and that's just all honesty. But dude, it's a blessing, bro. Honestly, like I I can't wait for the day it's like prominent though. Like the day I can like go on stage and I'm with people I looked up with as my peers. I've done that before, you know what I'm saying? But as far as like just being on stage with them, being greeted by the fans along with them, and not just as a guest. You know,
Mm.
that's man.
I want to speak to that real quick, if
Uh,
I could, because like again, I literally found out about you from, like I said at the top of the call,
right.
from that repost from Tech, right?
Right.
And one thing that I'm feeling from this conversation already, which I felt from that post, and then the next post because I immediately started following you once I saw that
Yes,
post.
yeah, right off the rip. I was like, Mikey
Bro,
P.
bro, the thing that I've only known of you in that regard for about 3 weeks now, and one thing that very much sticks out to me, and even before this conversation, even more so now because of this conversation, bro, you have passion. You have passion like not many artists have, bro. And I like how you even said a few moments ago, we were like, yo, I didn't even think I was going to get here, because we as individuals, especially as artists, right? We are our own worst critic, right? Which
Yeah,
I
I'm
and
not.
I think that could
And
be a blessing and a curse at
no,
the
no, no,
same
no.
time, right?
For me, it's more of a. Okay, so I wouldn't say for me, for all of us. I'm gonna just put it in aspect. Excuse me if I turn into a philosopher real quick, but
Please, it's your show, bro. Go for it.
but you wouldn't know what to do if it wasn't for that feeling of being a critic. You wouldn't know how to do anything right, or you wouldn't know if you got it wrong. You wouldn't know shit if it wasn't for a critique. Now, you being your self critic is probably the best possible thing that somebody else criticizing you, because their eyes is not the same as your eyes. And they're not going to look in the same mirror as you look at every day and pinpoint the shit that you know. So, as far as when it comes to that, being your own critique is the best thing possible, because that's,
That's what makes you the best you.
yeah, and not only do you become the best you, when people go through that, people call it shadow boxing or shadow working. But when you go through that battle with yourself, if you didn't critique yourself this whole time, if you didn't at least stop for a moment and see where you was wrong, even if you didn't change it in that moment, if you just noticed it and was basically present in that moment, and you're very aware about what you did, then that will become like not much of a hard battle, but it will become more intensified because it won't last long. So being a self critic for me is like the best thing. Now, as me being a Gemini, being double sided, and this brain's over here and that brain's over there, it's a horrible thing too when you criticize yourself deeply. Now, criticizing your work, you know what I'm saying? You could find something here and there lame and all right, whatever, that's cool. And I could switch that up, whatever. But that's just something you can always redo or come back to. When it comes to yourself, that shit is like detrimental if you're not like mentally capable of like dealing with it. Off rip, you criticize yourself, and first thing you do is have flashbacks. And after those flashbacks, it comes to, man, I could have did this, I could have did that, or they could have did this, they could have did that, or why did this happen? Why did I? Or why did you? Or why did? And that tears you apart when you realize you can be sitting here for 30 seconds while your brain did that, and now you're forever stuck in the past.
Mm.
Just for 30 seconds of your brain doing that, now your day is fucked. For your next weeks or your next months or however the fuck you get over, it's fucked. It's fucked. It's all fucked. It's fucked. And that's what I've been going through, is like this ego death. So like those videos are actually me like coming to grip of like who the fuck I've been and what the fuck I've done and things that I've tried to like, you know? So yeah, like just, and this is a joke. I even told Tech like, yo, dude, like people gonna start thinking I'm a fucking crybaby. You know what I'm saying? You go like keep posting me crying and shit, my nigga. Like I'm still a gangster somehow, but like, come on, my nigga. Like, but I get it. You know what I'm saying? Like
It's
I
authenticity though, which I
yeah,
think is lacking in art these days,
right.
especially in music.
I wouldn't say authenticity is lacking, because the only way you gain authenticity is yourself is if you flatter or mimic somebody else and morph it into yourself. So I wouldn't say it's lacking authenticity. It's just lacking a brain. It's like somebody's not using their fucking brain that much, and
Robots.
they're thinking this shit is easy. Like even if you do the ABC 1 2 3 bars, use your fucking brain.
Mm.
Like don't do what exactly they did because it's not going to work for you how it works for them. Maybe. But use your brain, bro. Like, don't snitch on yourself. Like, don't tell people names. Like, if you're gonna do that, please keep it very professional and discreet. I'm just raised by old law people, and like I said, everybody in my family, yes, they were wonderful people. They all had jobs and things like that, but they also was gangsters at nighttime. You know what I'm saying? So I know what happens. So when it comes to the gangster side, and I'm gonna say that the gangster side of my brain, hey, bro, none of that shit matter at all. It don't matter what the fuck, what the hell you go through. Kick that shit up. Keep that fucking shit moving. It's all about a dollar. If it ain't about a dollar, it's all about getting to a better place to where the fuck you at. Other side of the brain, everybody has a heart, and you can't always fuck that up. You have a heart, and you can't always fuck it up. So when you go through this ego death and this self critiquing thing and all that shit, and you being an artist and all it fucks you up. So you have to stop for a second. Even though people don't like to stop. People
But
really don't.
that pause
Yeah.
is huge. Just like
That
in a
yeah,
track, sometimes you gotta take that right pause.
like me, I took a pause from music for like 2 years when my daughter was born, and then I hopped back in it. And then people, oh, do you still do music? They still ask me that to this day. And it's like, dude, I've done a lot since, since I came back. But again, like you said, that pause, detrimental. But it's needed, if I can say that, because how would you know about the passion you got for it if you never like hated it, you know? But yeah, that's that.
Well, because how do you also evolve if you don't take that pause to
Right,
take and not like like you were saying earlier from just taking that 30 seconds and be like, ah man, and letting it fuck you up, but
right,
to have the appreciation for that with of what comes with that pause,
right,
right?
right.
Um, and I think that's important. Dooney, you talk about mindset all the time. When I think of like these days, Dooney, like honestly, bro, whenever I think of mindset, you're the first person that ever comes to mind with me, and
That's
I
a
take
great
that.
thing, and that's a great thing for a person to actually think about somebody, dude. Like that's a great thing to like. The first thing you think about when you think about that is like, oh yeah, mindset. It's this guy, and that's great because not everybody takes somebody's mindset as it just being a great mindset. They take it as you being a like you're talking down or you don't understand or you just think you're a know-it-all, And it's like, nah, you just gotta understand my mindset, and my mindset is nothing like yours. So
Right.
yeah, it's actually a great thing. That's a great fucking thing. Somebody to know you for.
Honored to hear that. I just try to, bro. I just we all God's children, bro.
Amen.
I mean, God's in all of us, right? So I deal with everybody the way I want to be dealt with.
All right. Treat people how
I
you
have a
treat it.
universal perspective,
Amen.
period. 'Cause I have a universal, not never a I perspective. It's
Right.
always a we. Uh, and that's that mindset, bro, is what we got away from. That's why our communities is the way it is. We
Right.
all connected, bro, and we acting like we're not. We're taught to be individual,
Right.
right? We're not taught to. When I play sports, I'm a '70s baby. When I played sports, bro, I was a point guard. Everybody got the ball. I didn't care if I never scored,
You're right.
but all my team was happy though. Everybody wanted to play on my team, and the whole concept changed where the point guard he gonna come up and fire it from half court.
Yeah.
And then the defense runs back down there and they get the ball again. He comes back again and fire from half court,
Right.
killing his team. They ain't never touching the ball unless they getting a rebound, bro. And usually it's a 3-point shot. So everybody just running down the court, right? So
Right.
it's different. We like I wasn't it on a team.
Right.
We were a team. You know what I mean? It wasn't Dooney's team.
Yeah, it was our team. All right.
Yeah, and we got away from that. That's all. But I mean, but it's what we're taking in, right? We talked about that last week about what
Yeah.
we're taking, right? And I love what your parents gave you because they gave you a foundation, a solid foundation, dog.
Yeah.
You
Right.
know what I'm talking about?
Right.
Hey, bro, when I hear you speak about your parents, bro, that's what all of our parents are supposed to be doing, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Right? You have
Well,
support, bro.
I had parents. I tell people, this is my analogy. My parents were the black sheep that just ended up finding their own hurt. You know, like every one of my uncles, like my actual uncle Truck, you know what I'm saying? He's a great man. You know what I'm saying? A great man. My grandfather, all these people are great people, but they all are some people now. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not like they just and they're just no, they're like that because of a past. You know what I'm saying? They're like that because of the experiences, life experiences that they had. They're like that because they know about the dark side a little bit more than they know about the light. You see what I'm saying? And that's that's what they taught me. You gotta understand that yes, it's beautiful. This world is beautiful. People are beautiful. Love is beautiful. Even hate is beautiful. Everything is beautiful by everything that's going on. But it's not that fucking pretty. It's never been that fucking pretty. It's never that pretty. It's never been that. It's never gonna be that fucking pretty. You're never gonna just look at this shit and be like, oh, ever, ever. It's gonna be like, oh, or you're gonna be like, wow. But you're never gonna be like, oh, this is like, no, no. Even in that moment, it's because you had to sacrifice something to even get there. So nah, I don't. I was raised to look at the world for what it is, but I was also raised to keep my God complex into like a box because I also have that. That's where this kids God thing comes from. Like, but that's because I just feel like in my own head, like you said, we're all gods. But in my own head, if we're gonna take that literal, then why not speak it? You know, like some
Mm.
people call it blasphemy, and I sometimes I may agree, but that's only if you're talking against. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're talking against, like, oh, I'm better than God, or I'm now that's fucking blasphemy.
Mm-hmm.
I
Right.
I don't believe in asking God questions or questioning God as
Right.
blasphemy at all. Because in the Bible it says, "Comes as you are, and ask me anything, and you shall get what you ask for." Basically, so if I ask for a question, shouldn't I get an answer? If I ask a question, if I ask for a blessing, if I ask for this, I should get exactly what. Okay, so and it says, "Come as you are," meaning come as you are to God. He's not gonna judge you until you're dead.
Mhm.
Other than that, you got it. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Just but long as you have a personal relationship, you're good. You know what I'm saying? So that goes for Muslims, Jewish people, Christians. You know what I'm saying? You can walk alone. You can walk along amongst a group. No matter. It matters is about your personal relationship. You know what I'm saying? And my personal relationship, like I said, I have to keep my God complex and the thing because I've taken that quote and ran with it my whole life. Like, nigga, if I'm God's child, I mean, I'm a God too, right? All right, bet. So I'm finna walk around here like
Yep.
none of you niggas can touch me. None of y'all niggas can rap better than me. I don't care what you say to me. I don't have to listen because if I did listen, I'll probably be just like you. And I'm not like you. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? So again, the individuality is what screws it up. I'm now starting to understand that I have feelings too. You know, it's not about me being nonchalant all the time. It's not about me being cold or numb. Cause for a while, dude, I really didn't care about a lot of shit at all until my daughter came around. And when she came around, it's kind of like, "Skirt. Okay, wait, hold up,
It
feelings.
hits different. Yep.
What the fuck is this? Why do I love her so much? Why do I want to kiss her 1,000 times? Why the fuck am I so mushy over this little tiny? This is love. I love everybody. Why do I care? What the fuck is going on?
That's
And
what I
that's
was going to say when you spoke about that 2 year break.
yeah, like that's what that 2 year
Period
break was. It was
made
like
you
the is this what
a different
what is
awakening, a different material and source to write. Right? It
it,
gave you, it made you, it elevated you in a way. Right?
it is yes, it gave me a purpose to rap about. At first I was just a
Mhm.
little
Mhm.
crazy little fuck dude that was just finna rap his head off and make sure I chew every beat limb from limb. Pause. But but I now I like yeah, bro. It's like my brain is more mature, and I can actually like process what happened to me over the years a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? So now the music that I'm coming out with kind of more, I'll say more passionate because at first people just thought I was just an angry little shit. You know what I'm saying? Like people just thought I was just an angry little. But I was trying to tell them then, like, no, I'm not angry. I'm real passionate about what I talk about. Even if I talking about, and oh, this may sound weird. Please don't fuck us up or get us banned because it is, but this is just my brain. Even when I talk about like some Jeffrey Dahmer shit, eating people or chopping people up, and people like, bro, you sound so serious. I am. You know, like I don't. I'm not trying to lie. I'm not. I'm not. I won't do this shit unless provoked. But I mean it. If that makes sense. Like I mean every word that comes out of my mouth, and if I don't,
Otherwise, why would you say it? Like, why would you say
exactly,
it?
exactly. And then if I don't, then you'll know the difference. Like you'll definitely know the difference if I don't mean what the fuck I'm meaning. But that's yeah, like I definitely agree with you on that. Like my like that 2 year mark is what made me like you can see it in my face now. Like it's hard for me to even like talk about this shit. It's like flashbacks, 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 and it's like, dude, in 6 years of my daughter being born, I've been through some shit. But in 20, I'm 29. So in 19 years of my life, though, it's been even crazier shit on top of it. You know what I'm saying? Along with that 6 years. So I'm fucking dude. I'm shocked. Like I've been in a state of
When you like
shock.
stop and think about it, though, right?
Yeah, like
Because
I
if you've gone through some shit and you're still here, like standing tall and doing what you're here to do.
and that's on my own accord. People don't like to talk about that.
Hmm.
Like I'm here and standing tall on my own accord. I didn't take myself out, and I could. You know, a lot of people don't give themselves credit for that. Because a lot of people take that door and be like, "Fuck it," you know. And I'm gonna be the devil's advocate. Yeah, sometimes if you feel like that's what it is, that's what it is. If peace is on your heart at any given moment, go with God. But if you want to see what God had in plan for you, please stay with us.
Mm.
Cause it's nobody ever said that it wouldn't get hard, and God don't put on you what you can't handle. Now, granted, a lot of people might take that they're saying and be like bullshit, and y'all right, totally right. But again, if you just stay like I stayed, like many of us stay, you get to see that the crying nights dry up, you know,
You know
and
what he means by that when it says that he puts no more on you that you can bear?
uh,
Because when you can no longer bear it, you're no longer here.
yeah,
As long as you're here, you
you
have the strength to
to
endure.
bear
That's what
exactly,
that means.
exactly,
So pick
and
it up and push it on. You know what
bear
I
your
mean?
cross, bear your cross.
You gotta, it's called life, bro. Shit happens, bro.
Hmm.
And everybody's shit is different. We
No,
all
But
you're
go through our
absolutely right.
same shit. It's just
but
how
again,
we deal with it.
yeah, but again, I gotta be the Gemini and the devil's advocate. Sometimes shit don't happen to people, bro. And
You're right. You're
sometimes
right.
shit don't happen to people, and you be sitting there like, how the fuck are you so naive?
This is my thought though to that,
It's
and I've talked to people a lot about this recently. I think it's really no different to what you were just talking about, Nico, in the fact that special ones are picked out, right? Because it's like the yin and the yang, right? Let's take the whole sum of 100%, right?
right,
You might carry 80% where somebody else is carrying 20 because it's got to balance out. The universe has got to balance out in some kind of way, and no different than Dooney was talking about as far as being able to endure and have the power and the strength and courage to do it, whether we know it or not. we
right.
we still got to make up. You got to take two people or the 8.2 billion people as a whole, right? And everybody's got to play their part, right?
8.2 billion.
Yeah, something like that.
Hey, Jeff Bezos, I need 150,000, bro. You can feed everybody. What? It's only
Oh man,
8.2 billion of us.
yeah, man.
That ain't that much. Thanos didn't even have to snap for that. Now that he didn't have to snap for that shit. I swear to God, he didn't have to snap for that shit.
Right.
He could have just sent this. He could have sent that brigade over there, that brigade over there, and completely only 8.8. Jeff Bezos, I need 1 billion off
Right.
rip. You can feed everybody in the world. We can pay off China. Let's do this shit. Let's get this shit
Yeah.
over with, man. Let's get
But
this
but
nigga out
think
of here.
about that, Dooney. What are your thoughts when I say something like that? And then Nico, I definitely want your thoughts on that too. Like some of us are picked to handle more than 50% of the share, right? Because we have the strength that others don't. That's my philosophy on
Now,
that
now,
shit.
now that's when it comes to the having a strength that others don't. Now that's where I kind of, because God also does shit to make you stronger. You know,
Mhm.
so some people don't have the strength to go through what you went through, and
Hmm.
some people, you know what I'm saying, and if they won't unless they go through it. So when it comes to bearing anything or like having to do that, you have to consider like not everybody's that fucking strong ever, and
Correct.
nobody's ever gonna be that strong. Just because you went through it doesn't mean somebody else can go through it. But it doesn't make them any weaker than you, and it doesn't make them any stronger than you.
I agree. I
Because
agree. It
that
just means that they might
life,
have to carry a little more.
because that same life lesson can be used for you to break. Because that's what God needed to happen. You needed to break. You needed to break your ego. You need to break your lust. You need to break
Something.
whatever. You need to break something for him to rebuild it. But on the other hand, to he uses that same lesson to build somebody. They're already broken. They're already feeling at their lowest. They're already feeling like there's no hope. So he'll use that same lesson to build their strength. Now y'all both went through the same thing. It's just this person didn't have the strength to go through that shit, but they end up having it later on. And this person had all the strength in the world until it was taken away from them. And now they have to humble themselves and build that type of strength up and things like that. So when it comes to people having the strength and the courage to deal with things, it's really based off whatever God had planned on you. I wouldn't say it's based off your mental health because again, not everybody is strong for this shit. And if you know, even your strong friends, even people that be thinking that they have strong friends, your strong friends might be the weakest. And please don't take this wrong, whoever's listening. I don't mean this anyway. I'm just a Houston nigga, and I'm just a down south nigga, okay? But he could be the weakest nigga out your whole friend group. And you just think he's strong because what he's been through is, man, he's still strong. He's still smiling. Yeah, that smile ain't nothing but showing you to not worry about what's actually in my head.
Mhm.
So I agree with you. It's definitely depending on your strength and courage and things like that, but it's also depending on how weak you are to build your strength and courage.
I appreciate that, Dooney. Anything you want to add to that?
No, not really. It's just, God make us who we are, man.
Right.
And we all got a purpose, right? Um, and he's going to teach his lessons the way he teaches lessons. Is what you take from that lesson when he's teaching, right?
Right.
Uh, we talked. I mean, I talk about faith, bro. So whatever God does, I don't question what He does. I question what was His purpose for it happening for me. You know what I mean? So I don't attach my emotions to everything that
Hmm.
happens, bro. Cause
Right.
shit happens,
Right.
bro.
Right. Right.
Right?
Right.
Even personally to me, I still can't. And you know it, Mike. Personally, I don't attach my feelings to that, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I got a purpose, man, and I'm not gonna be
Hmm.
deterred by anything. You
Mm.
know, my faith is what it is, man, and I don't think men set these good or bad, right? Uh, God set right or wrong, and we're
Right.
being navigated by good or bad, and our feelings and emotions is being swayed by man's laws and what man says right, and I don't function by that. I function by God's law, not by man's law.
And God's law
So I
you can
free
feel.
myself of a lie. You know
Yeah.
what I'm
Like
saying?
God's law you can feel. Man's law you can touch.
Mm.
It's
Yeah.
Mm.
a difference.
Hmm.
You know,
Hmm.
like a law that can be touched can be changed. A law that
Yes,
can
sir.
be felt, a law that can be felt can't be destroyed nor built. It's just there. So that's the difference.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how my brain works. Like I don't see the world with just like these 3D printed glasses with colors and black and white and greens and no, I see the world for like
What it is.
the the shit it is, you know what I'm saying? And the shit it is, it's a bunch of dragons, demons,
Hmm.
angels, people, monsters, creatures. It's a bunch of them shits. It's a bunch of that. It's all that shit at once. But can't you can't deny it because once you deny it, you become a fool. You become a fool just like the millions and billions of us. We're all fools until you actually realize that the world you're looking at is the world you created.
Mm.
And while I mean you, I mean men.
Acceptance. Acceptance
Exactly.
goes a
Even
long way
exactly. Even
because it's
even
knowledge. Acceptance is knowledge.
right. And even the books we read for knowledge. It's all what is like he said, it's God's law and there's man's law. If a
Hmm.
law can be touched, it can be changed.
Hmm.
So anything you read in today's day is all man's law. I don't know why people like to even, if they want to be real technical about it, the Bible you're not supposed to be taken literal at all. If that's the case, because even in the Bible it says don't worship any man-made things. And if you're gonna put pictures in the Bible of people to be worshipped, you're doing exactly what the fuck you're not supposed to be doing. So I don't. If people want to take shit literally, you got to have a personal relationship with God. You're not supposed to take this world so fucking. Why so fucking serious? And it's never. This world will never be that fucking serious. And the reason why I'll never be that serious is because if you can wake up the next day and if you can wake up the next day and your worries about yesterday just for a vague moment just don't matter. That's maybe you just waking up, wiping your eyes, and oh shit, what I gotta do? You know what I'm saying? Like, just for that split second, you ain't give a fuck about what the fuck just happened. True, false, right or wrong. It wasn't that fucking serious.
Hmm.
If you ain't wake up out your sleep like it ain't that fucking serious. Nothing's that serious. If you don't stop for a moment, if your day doesn't cease, it's not that fucking serious. It's never gonna be that fucking serious. If God's foot doesn't touch this earth and everything, world stop. It won't. Yeah, it will. How he got full screen?
Dooney's multiplying, bro.
How
I
you
think.
did that, dude?
I don't know how.
Oh, that nigga multiply, bro. That's crazy. That boy got a clone. Everybody seeing it right now. Dooney got a clone. Oh, back
There you
to
go. There you go.
nope, nope,
I was trying.
nope. He's still right here. It's this guy right here. It's this extra Dooney right here.
Yo.
Oh, there you
There we
go.
go. There we go. All right, there we go.
I ain't know you. I ain't know you can multiply, dude. That's crazy.
Man, I'm so Jay.
That was
Everything is
crazy.
possible.
Work.
You
You did
see
that
that?
on live. You did that on
Come on,
live.
man.
Like
Come on.
your
It
secrets
was
out.
tripping me out, and then like one thing was moving, and then the water
right,
started moving.
right, right. Like, bro, your secret is out, dude. Like,
You're
what the,
talking
like,
that God talk, man.
you're
Don't
not
be
worried
playing.
about
I'm
that.
telling you.
Like,
You're
you're not
talking
worried
that
about
God
that,
talk.
bro. Like, you're not even a tad bit. You know, the government watches this shit, dude. Like, you're not a tad bit worried about that. Okay, that's you,
Yeah, let's be
dude. You just
careful. We might get canceled tonight.
right,
Let's
right,
be
right. Just
careful.
stay wherever you at. I know your hyperbolic chamber is like, get it ready. You know what I'm saying? Just make sure that hole, you know what I'm saying? Make sure you're in that hole by like 11:30. You feel me? By 11:30, you know what I'm saying? So you go ahead and because that was crazy. That was crazy work. That was crazy work.
Oh fuck. Yo, that was wild. That tripped me out for a second. I ain't gonna lie. That tripped me out for a
Right?
second.
I was like, we got somebody else joining. What's going on? I'm finna start saying, "What's up, yo? What's up, my homie? What's your name? Where you from? Where you from?" This nigga. This nigga. It's just
Thanos went and snapped his finger again. Everybody done fucking
You know what I'm
multiplied
saying?
up in here.
right. Like I didn't know we could do
How
that.
things change, man. Everything is possible, bro. That
Right,
just
right.
goes to show everything is possible, bro.
That's something a black magician would say. That's something. That's something. But hey, yo, man, you know that's anything possible. So you see this bird, chicken dinner. Fuck you talking about? I said, fuck you talking about, nigga? Fire. A magician never reveal his secrets, player. Never. Give me
Right,
tonight.
right.
Give me tonight. I got
Oh
you.
shit. We're gonna start winding down in a little bit here, but
For sure.
Neekdaskittz, what do we miss? What do you want to talk about that we maybe haven't tapped in on tonight?
Oh,
It's your show, so we want
I
to make
want to.
sure anything that you want to talk about today, bro.
I want to talk. I want to talk about. Pause. This is gonna sound real great. I want to talk about you guys because I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I'm new here. So I'm gonna ask you guys like, what the fuck is up? Like, man, how you guys doing? What's your mental like? Where y'all from? And nigga, who you guys are? You know what I'm saying? Lace me in. You know what I'm saying? I'm new here. I'm put my hand on my chin and zone in.
Let's go to the magician first.
Yeah, let's talk about the guy who multiplied because that was crazy work.
Right,
Like, first of all,
right.
what book
My
did
name,
you read?
huh? My name is Dooney, bro. As we said, man, I'm from Sacramento, California, man. Grew up in Southside Sacramento, man, all over
From the
Sacramento.
sack.
I
All
live,
right, all right.
right? And I went to inside that monastery that they call prison for 30 years. I went
Wow.
in at 19 and got out at 49 years of age, but also
Thank
changed the
God.
law,
Thank God,
but
bro.
also
Thank God.
changed the law that put me there, right? That
Mm,
allowed him to bind me to someone I shouldn't have been binded to or something I shouldn't be binded to, right? So we changed that law so they can no longer do our people like that.
mm,
So I got back, got out in 2018, and I, I I'm an optimist when it comes to uh, the betterment of our people and the plight of our people's future. Uh,
right.
and I do everything to have a hand in changing that, man. The plight for our people, and that's why I say I honor, right, your mother and father for just being present, bro. Because so many of us grew up without that, and that's the problem in our community. We didn't get that. We didn't get that foundation from both sides.
Right.
There's a yin and a yang, and you get one from woman and one from man. You know
Right.
what I mean? And if you're not getting that, you're lacking something, right? And that's what's happening in our families, in our communities. We lacking something, right? And that thing that we're lacking, bro, is killing us.
Right.
Literally killing us to where we don't love each other enough to not kill each other. And I don't see you as I see myself. You know what I mean? So I want to just bring back that godly love, that agape love back to my community, man, and let everybody know that we all God's, bro, and we all God's children. If we can't be God's children without being God's and being goddess, and we have to stand up in that, bro, and come back together and unify, bro, out of love, bro. Uh, for our youth and for the generations that's coming after us, bro. We got to leave something greater, bro, for your daughter, bro. I think I today I just can't see myself passing and not doing everything I can, bro, to make my community, a place to where I know your daughter can go outside and be safe in that community no matter what time of the day it is, no matter who's out there, bro.
Right. I thank you for that, bro. Honestly, I do.
That's my
Nah, Dooney, well
yes, sir.
said.
My
I'm Mikey P, man. I'm originally from Bridgeport, Connecticut, my 203.
Yeah.
I stay in KC now. Man, I feel like in my years I've lived a lot of lifetimes in my years, honestly, and I feel like there's 3 chapters of life, right? And I'm in my 3rd chapter in the sense that I know I finally know who I am, right? I was telling you, bro, before we popped on. I think that really started for me when I stopped drinking. I come from a family of addicts. I always dealt with my trauma, my pain, my thoughts, with alcohol first and foremost. There was definitely a pill period in my 20s as well. And it numbed me, right? And I finally was able to gather up the strength to know that every solution that I ultimately needed was right within me. And I never really knew that. I'm still learning that. Don't get me wrong, I'm still learning that. And I don't keep a lot of people around me. I really don't. It's for me, it's quality over quantity. There was a point in time where it was about quantity because that's what I thought it was. But that's not what it is. I don't let a lot of people in. I get connected to people, no different than I said to you at the top of this conversation. That video that I discovered you on really spoke to me because you're a human being of authenticity and realness. And I feel that truly as human beings in the day and age that we live in, that's lacking. And that's what I seek in this world. That's one thing that directly connected me to Dooney. I met Dooney the same way, coincidentally, on a random Facebook reel when he was doing a live. He was doing it was a reel, but he was on the Holden Court podcast with X-Rated. And what struck me about him was what he defined today's version, and I say this to him all the time, but it's worth saying what it means to be a gangster, and that's straight up taking care of
So
your
you, so
family.
you, so you and X-Rated, y'all like tight like that, dude. All right.
Oh, that's my bro,
Right.
X-rated. Them is my loved ones, man. Them is my young homies, bro.
And that's
Uh,
cool.
yes,
All
sir.
right. So this my
Them
this
is
my
my
last
guys,
question. This
man.
my last question, and it's
Go
probably
ahead.
cliche. Probably cliche is because of the video you followed me on or whatever. But this is an honest question because I'm on this journey of fun. What are you most sorry for? Like, what was that? What's the most thing that you like wish you can? Even if you can't tell a person or whatever, even if they're watching, however. But what's the most thing like? I wouldn't say sorry because my mom told me not to say sorry for. What's the most thing you're more apologetic and regretful for? That's what I want to ask.
Mm, that's a good question.
For me,
That's a very good question.
and this is me opening up. For me, it was keeping my daughter a secret because my baby mama didn't get to do baby showers. She didn't get to do pictures. Um, Nobody was really prepared when she came around. Um, yeah, that's like my biggest thing. I'm sorry for because if I would have just been a man from the jump and not worry about certain shit or certain people, she could it could have been way different. It could have been way fucking different. But anyway, yeah. So like, what's the shit y'all sorry for?
Uh, I think for me, honestly, I'm sorry that I was not able to realize the power that I had within me sooner for the people that I encountered earlier in life. Honestly, because very similar to what you said earlier, I was always once somebody who just kind of like tried to wrap my arms around everything, right, and try to save people, or
Right.
just try to be that person for everybody, right. And it took me a very long time in general to realize that I don't have to be every single person that I know's person, right.
Right.
And I think that I'm sorry for that, specifically to the fact that I think that kind of devalued some relationships along the
Man.
way.
Mm,
You know what I'm
right.
saying?
Right.
Um, and I am apologetic for that, but at the same time, no different than we talked about on this conversation, I'm thankful for that as well, because it's
Exactly.
it's it's part of the path, right?
That, right.
Everything that's in front of us is in front of us. We just got to walk to it, and it took me a minute to realize that. But at the same time, there's no wrong with being sorry for that as well, because the devaluation of some relationships along the way. But it is what it is, right? And
Yeah.
I know for a fact that I am a better person for it, because if I did not go through those experiences, I would not be the human being and the man and the father and the husband that I am today. So it's a double-edged sword, because I mean, yin and yang has kind of become a theme of this conversation today. You got to have the yang to have the yang, right?
That's crazy. I tell people it's a double-edged sword. That'd be like my main metaphor to use all the time. Like, bro, this shit's like a double-edged sword. Like, I swear to God. I swear to God it is. But if you doing what
I say for me, um, I'm sorry to that young boy in me that got allowed himself to be put in situations to where I put myself in situations that allow me to be in somebody's monastery from the age 14 years of age to 49 years of
let me
age,
start off by
right?
14.
So those teens, 20s, 30s, and 40s gone, right? So I have to apologize to that young boy that I took those experiences away from, right? So that's who I apologize to.
Oh, that's that's just 14, dude. 14. That shit's not
That's
even.
the that is the modern day
That
plantation,
shit's not.
bro. Police
Dude.
job is the same thing the militia job was, to round us up and take us to the plantation. And that's what the police do. They round up the babies, that strong young
Overseers.
bulls, and send them to the
Yeah.
plantation.
The overseers, the officers, and like
They
that's
don't
one.
do not one thing in prison or any institution. Every institution, the young men and women do everything, even wash their toilets and clean up behind their filthy asses, bro. So they don't run without us.
I,
They got to get them from
I ain't gonna
somewhere.
lie. That one fell, dude. 14.
So, so,
Fuck on.
so modern day slavery, bro. They've taken
Oh,
off. They've taken off their hoods and their sheets, but put on suits, bro.
I ain't gonna lie. I just got mad for you, dude. Like, I just got mad as fuck for you. I
I'm
know
not
that.
mad. I'm not mad because I love who I became, and I was never incarcerated, right? I was in a
No,
monastery.
right,
That's what made me who I was, a higher learning of self, others,
right.
and
But
God.
let me be
I love who I became because I was able to affect every man that came on that
nah,
yard,
nah,
bro, that brushed across me, bro. I was able to get them in contact with that man and that God in
right.
them.
That's good.
So it was for a reason,
Yeah.
right? It was for a reason, but I question could have been done in a different
Right,
way. But again, I'm not angry because remember that faith. God has his way. I didn't got a scratch on me,
yeah,
bro. Not a day in none of them situations do I got a
right,
scratch on me, bro. Only from
right,
sports.
right, right, right. That's a blessing. That's a
Right?
blessing.
So it had to be
Right.
God,
That's
right?
man. That had to be God. But let me again.
You know
I'm
what
gonna
I
be the
mean?
little brother.
So there's
I'm gonna be the little brother.
eyesight is what
Yeah,
you
right, right,
see.
right. Yeah,
Eyesight is what you see. Mindsight is how you see what you
right,
seeing. It's a
right.
different.
Yeah, but me as the little brother, I ain't gonna lie, hood. As me as my little brother, man, fuck all that, nigga. At 14, nigga, man, hey, bro, I'm 29. That means you missed like the most dopest year.
Your whole life
Nah, like you're not mad.
and
I
some.
thank God you're not mad. Thank God you know what I'm saying. Thank God you're not mad. But me as the homie, as we just got cool, man, fuck them niggas, nigga. Fuck them. They need to give you the shit back, man. Fuck all that, nigga. Where's
That's
that time
why.
machine?
But had I not been through that experience, I probably would not be going
No, right,
back and
all right,
doing the work that
right,
I'm doing to stop my
right,
other young pups
yeah,
from
right.
going,
No,
bro. I don't have that
no, right.
testimony.
That's true. No, that's true.
I don't have that
No, that's
credibility,
true.
right? Come on, man. I think I'm doing good for
Nigga,
55, bro.
50 fucking five.
I think I'm doing good for 55, bro.
Facts, bro.
You don't look
Facts.
55th, bro. You don't look 55th. You don't look like
Right?
you.
It's God's anointing,
No
bro.
lie, bro.
God
Amen.
put no more on you than you can bear, bro. I promise you,
Amen.
bro. You just gotta look for what he's teaching you in that lesson, bro.
Amen. A monastery. Yeah.
Monastery. Bro, look at every bill. You can call your house a prison if you want to. You can go put a big ass sign out there and put prison industry on it and make it a prison.
Right.
It's the mind, bro. No one can imprison your mind. I was in a university,
Right.
bro.
Right. That shit's amazing.
That's a choice. That's where we talk about mental health. Some people don't have the mental capacity to be able to tap into that. So it breaks them. And that's where we say we need help. And that's why we do this show, because it's about our mental health and the mental health of our people, bro. It was many people that jumped off that tier,
But
bro.
it's also,
There was many people jumped off the fifth tier head first, bro, and couldn't
yeah,
take it.
it's not.
And I'm like, jump off the fifth tier? That's kind of high. I just can't think like that. You know what I
It's
mean?
also,
But it was his best option.
it's also, we not only do we need help, we need to want it.
Mm.
'Cause a lot of
Yes.
people, a lot of people, yes, they work. Society works off wants. A human works off needs. And what I mean by that, society would tell you that you will want this because this will happen. You should want this because that. You should want this and that and want that and this. But when it comes to a human and humanity, they work out their needs because they need to survive. They need to live. They need to eat. They need substance. They need this and that. So when it comes to that, it's you need you need to want the help in society. If you're gonna be part of society, you need to want the help. You need to wanna talk.
And that's the sad thing, bro. There's a stigma on us even talking about
Right.
this, right? On even saying that I'm not okay, right? It's this super hyper masculinity, right? That's bullshit, right? That keep us murdering people, keep us killing each other, and keep us angry because we can't talk about how we feel, bro. Who said that,
Right.
bro?
Right.
Right? Who said we can't,
Right.
bro?
It's really no
Right?
different than just society
Um,
continue to tell us this, that, and the other thing, because it's all part of the plan of dividing and conquering of
Right.
any kind.
and it's the same thing too. It's like if people think if the only people need help is the people that went to prison. If you didn't win, if you ain't never been to prison, you don't have a
You should.
problem. You straight.
Well, it's crazy.
You
I was
understand what
watching
I'm
this
saying?
movie today.
It's like people think, oh, because you never went to problem, you think you straight, you don't have an issue. Because when you go to prison and you get a life sentence, you're gonna have to go to board and tell them people about your problems and how you got there and how you won't come back. So it makes you do that work, right? You have to in order to be paroled or found suitable for parole in
Mhm.
California. You don't just get a date and come home. You got to prove to them that you no longer who you are and you will not come back and you will not repeat those same things that you did in the past, right? So so people think that because they hadn't had to go to prison that they okay. Remember we saying they stuck on an institution. They got them thinking about an institution. If you go to the institution, something's
Right.
wrong. Well, it had to be something wrong before you went to that damn institution.
Exactly. And it's again, who's
And where it didn't, whatever happened to me didn't happen in the institution. It happened in my community. It happened in society. So we have problems in society that we don't want to face. So we put it off on somebody that got the problem, that are criminals that go to prison. They got the problems. Now we all got
I ain't gonna
problems,
lie,
bro.
you blew my mind when you said the only people that need help is the ones who've been to prison. I was,
Tuh,
boy,
tuh.
if that ain't the fucking truth. Lord.
Come on, bro. That's their standard. That's the standard that we have set for ourselves.
Wow.
If you haven't went to prison, you good.
Wow.
mm-hmm.
Where in the hell did trauma start at? It started in prison.
No.
It's crazy. Think about this. I was
Wow.
watching a movie based on true events today, MK Ultra, right? And it was about
The mind,
the
mind,
CIA given
yeah,
LSD, right? Who did they
SDA,
target? They
yeah,
targeted
right.
they targeted prostitutes, they targeted people in those type of communities who they
Yeah,
think needed some kind of help because or people who just weren't really gonna give a fuck if something happened to these people or not. Now, mind you, the people running the fucking show in the CIA, again, based on true events. So, some of it's definitely built on fucking truth.
right, quote unquote.
The CIA operatives running in it were the most like fucked up ones in the movie.
Right, they were.
Like, think about that. So, like, again, young Vincetti tapped in with us doing, he said labels, right? Like, think about it this way, right? Think about
Label.
it this way. Let's look at it in sports, right? Yankees, Red Sox, all right, for any baseball fans out there. Yankees, Red Sox fan, hey people, so what do? The same thing as Democrats and Republicans in this crazy ass world that we live in. You give people a label to follow, a team to follow and say you got to hate or dislike the other team, whatever word you want to use, right? And then what does that cause?
That's true.
Bro, I've been in Yankee Stadium, bro, and I've seen Yankees fans. I'm a Red Sox fan, by the way. I follow it, not like I once did, but I've been in Yankee Stadium as a Red Sox fan. I've seen Yankees fans throw hot dogs at 4-year-old kids, bro.
You'll
Come
never see
on.
that from look. You'll
I
never see that
offer
from an
you. I
Astros
offer you
fan.
this.
You'll ever
Nope.
see that from
Nope.
I offer you. I offer you this.
What?
Imagine. I'm gonna offer you this. Imagine a world with no labels, no black, no white.
Well, think about it too.
Just imagine a world with no
Okay,
labels, bro.
okay. If you want to go there, if there was a world with no labels, imagine a world with no conscience. The late, listen, and
Sadly, sadly,
let me be the devil's advocate. This is why I say that.
sadly, in our community, a lot of people is living
No. Right,
unconsciously,
right. Now,
unconscionable,
if you
bro.
didn't have a label, just think now. Now think
Okay,
about it. Think about you being
okay,
unconscious with no label, right? You wouldn't know how, you wouldn't you would go ape fucking shit on everything walking because what the fuck is this? Who the fuck knows? Right? Okay, so look,
yeah,
as a human, humans gotta understand we are not just people that just fell from the sky. Yes, we're also that. But nigga, we're also animals. Animals don't have labels. Animals don't have a label on who the fuck the mom and the daddy and all that is until like it's they're born. Then when it's mating season, whoever goes. Ain't no labels. No,
right.
no. If you and this is a thing, and please, no one take this wrong. It's just a fact. There's never been a melanated. Well, let me not say melanated. There's never been a black caveman ever. Ever. I don't care ever. There's never. There's yet to be found a black caveman. What I say about that? If there was no label, no conscience of what the fuck and who the fuck and where the fuck this shit came from, no one would know and no one would care and no one would give a flying fuck about how this shit started. But the one thing every human wants to know is where the fuck and how the fuck and what the fuck came first, the egg or the fucking chicken? Like which the fuck which one? People like to ask that question as a joke, but it's really like a mind-boggling thing. Like,
makes you pause.
Like every single.
I just stay out of
Exactly.
God's business,
Look,
man, and say,
exactly.
whoa, man.
Exactly. But
Or to drive you
exactly.
crazy,
But
bro.
this is the thing. There's nothing wrong with being crazy. There's nothing wrong with being crazy.
We talking about different. We talking about that
Yeah,
different
yeah,
one
yeah,
though.
yeah,
We talking about
yeah, yeah.
mental health.
No, that's what I'm saying.
About.
There's nothing.
Back to mental
Yeah,
health.
that's what I'm saying. There's nothing wrong with being. This would help me get through all my shit. My mother, she don't. But that's funny. She don't even believe me. But she told me this when I was a kid. She was like, "If you know you're crazy, you're not that fucking crazy."
Right.
And it's like,
right.
Wow. Okay.
It's like that. Being in the egg again.
Right. So it's like, it's a
It's
label,
like,
but it's that
it's
label.
true.
Though.
It's the label.
It's the label, though. If you know you're crazy, my boy, you're not that crazy.
Well, it's like when people say to themselves, you know, I talk to myself, and yeah, and that's nothing wrong with that. But if I'm talking back to myself, that's a different level. That's a different level. But even then,
you're not that fucking crazy. You know,
because you're aware. You're aware.
You're very aware. You're so aware to the point you're answering your own questions, and you go, "Hey, bro, this is not cool." I know. No, it's like people don't understand. Like, it's okay to be crazy. It just means you're fully aware, but don't become unaware. Don't become unaware. Don't all of this shit. This is what helped me through all my like schizophrenic and ADHD. This is what happens with me. Everything is real. Cool. It helped me get through it. It helped me get through it. The little shadow person, real. It was real as fuck. So I might just not even worry about it. It was there. I'm not crazy. If somebody else was here, they would see the same shit. It was real. The weird voice of somebody calling me out of nowhere that everybody gets, that was totally fucking real. Right. So for me, I just feel like everything's real. I don't care how crazy it is. I don't care how weird it is. I don't care how psycho it is, because in 2025, and as far as like this veil that they got over people's eyes, that shit's birthed away years ago. You know, like, you know what I'm saying? So everything is real. God is real. Jesus is real. Buddha is real. All of these things are real. And you must respect everybody as you want to be respected, because everything is real. If you don't want to get bit by a snake, don't worry about this. Don't worry about you biting the snake. If you don't want to get pummeled by a gorilla, how about you not go over there by the fucking gorillas? You know what I'm saying? You feel me? Like, how about you just use your conscience and your labels and make sure you don't do the stupid shit. Because if you never, and again, this is where I agree with you at, Dooney, in our community, and you know, some niggas ain't got this shit. Common sense, conscience is like, hey, my nigga, let's go do this shit right now and get this shit over with. Right. So, like, I get it. But if we never had that doom, like, oh my God. If we never, if it was a world with no labels and no conscience, we would all be super inbred, super crazy, still in fucking caveman days. It wouldn't be no reason to talk. It would be no we can just. It would be no reason for anything because there would be no label to learn anything.
Uh, I don't
Look.
think
As far
so.
as learning, okay,
Labels are judgments. You saying them so every label is a
no,
judgment. So you saying without those judgments, we wouldn't been able to have a
no,
conversation and
without
communicate.
conscience, we wouldn't be able to have.
Oh, conscience. Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
oh yeah, that's a whole
But
different.
because of that conscience, your conscience gives you labels on what's right and what's wrong. So either way it
Yes,
goes,
sir.
you need a fucking label. You need a label. You need a
Mm,
label. You need the good angel. You need the right angel. And we both know that's the label. Angel, demon,
mhm.
demon guy, good,
Right,
bad. Guy. You know
right,
how this
right.
goes. You need the label. You need
Yes,
the label. And in every human, in every species, is always that conscious of maybe I shouldn't do it or maybe I should because that thing that I'm labeling as like danger or happiness, I want to do or not do. You feel what I'm saying? So
Well, I
you
think
have
that's the trick then too with the label, right? There's got to be that label like you're talking about, right? But then that's where the free will comes in. What do you do with
exactly,
that? What do you do
exactly.
at that point
So
then?
the labels, yes,
It's
but
no different than, the good old saying, my parents grew up, taught me to grow up treating the janitor the same way that I would the CEO.
right,
There's got to be some kind of pecking order, whether you want to call it
exactly,
a label or something like
exactly,
that. But it's a matter of how are you going to treat the other person that you're interacting with.
exactly. And you wouldn't want nobody treating you. Put it like this, bro. No matter what people think, no matter how high minded you are, you don't want to be treated as the next person. I mean, treated exactly as because you don't know how the fuck somebody treats this person outside of what you don't want to be
right,
treated like. So I
right,
don't care what you say, bro.
right.
Treat me as I treat you, yes, but please don't treat me as no regular schmegular fucking person.
Hmm.
You just deal with every
Right,
fucking
right.
day. So label me as not one of them niggas. I need a label so you can understand that me, I'm not them. So yeah, I when it comes to labels, that's cool with me. So everybody can know they spot, everybody know whatever the fuck they do, and everybody know how to stay the fuck out of people's way. But other than that, it's all about a conscience. You need a conscience, and your conscience is gonna make you put a label on shit regardless.
Hmm. That's just inevitable at that point.
Like when it comes to your conscience, it's gonna be like, hey, you know that's wrong. Yeah, but I want to do it. Yeah, but you know it's wrong. Yeah, but I want to do it. And you know it's wrong, and if you do it, it's gonna be fucked up. Yeah, I know it's wrong. I want to do it. It's a label. Bad, good, good, bad. Two labels. Still labels. Still a fucking label. It's still a label. So like
Very true.
when it comes to that, you have to think about your consciousness. People have a problem with labels. That's why you get all these people with this binary, non-binary, different letters of alphabet. That's where you get these people who are like fur babies and things. You get these cosplay people, which is really cool. I fuck with the cosplay, you know what I'm saying? Anime thing. But then you get if people never had a label, you'll be looking at everybody like, did God create a mosh pit full of anime characters, or did this nigga create humans? Cause what the fuck is this? So you're not a boy, you're a dog. Cool. You're not a girl, you're a parrot. Like what
Bro,
what
it's wild, and I'm gonna start to wrap it up. On no, go ahead, Nigo, finish it up.
I'm gonna say this. One label is black. I've never met a black man ever in my life. I never seen one. I'm dark, dark brown,
I'm
but
literally
I
brown.
never
My last name's Brown.
black in my life.
I ain't gonna lie. I met
So
somebody the same color as your
Well,
shirt.
you're
bullshit.
right.
I
You're
met
very
somebody
right,
the same
Dooney.
color as your shirt. I did. I don't. Hey, Doom. Don't play this game, bro. We know we see the niggas like, God damn, well, you black as hell.
That's purple.
Like you black as hell.
But
That's
No,
but
no,
purple.
think about
that nigga
That's
said
purple.
it. Think about it from this perspective.
Come on, man.
No,
It's
seriously,
never
no.
black,
I
bro. It's
literally seen the most like God beautiful lady that was literally the same color as our shirt, dude. And I was like, oh my God. She was like, bro, they were they were beautiful. They were African. They came in the Trill Burgers. And I was sitting there like, dude, how are you the same black as my shirt and fucking gorgeous? Oh. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. Let's end this on a good note.
Let's exactly do that. And
black.
final thoughts.
That is a
It
good
is a
note.
good note. It is a good note. So that's where that's
Yeah,
it,
honor that,
exactly.
because we think that's
No,
not beautiful, bro, and that's
no,
beautiful,
no,
bro.
were,
And I honor you for saying that and for seeing it for being
they were
beautiful, bro.
chef kiss Jesus wept beautiful. Like, oh my, that was
Come on, man. Sun kiss, bro.
mercy. It's like you
Well,
ever
right.
seen it.
Sun kiss,
People
bro.
can't look at the sun, but if you ever stared at the sun, if you ever had glasses, it's always like this little one black dot on the sun, and bow, fire,
Mm.
fucking amazing. I had to
And
just stop.
that's where we're gonna end it. But before we bounce, Neekdaskittz, let people know where they can find you, bro. Because again, you got a lot out there, bro. And let me tell you, people, again, to be clear, if y'all are just tapping in, I just discovered him 3 weeks ago. I've gotten into his catalog. There is more that I got to get into with his catalog. If y'all want to follow a real rapper, a real hip hop artist, someone who's gonna bring some real shit in his fucking music and his art, this is the one right here. I mean that. I genuinely mean that, bro. So remind people where they can find all of your art.
You can find me at all streaming platforms, man. At Neekdaskittz. He actually got my name tag right here, which is very fucking professional and cool. Yeah, so I ain't got to really spell it out. So Neekdaskittz, Neekdaskitz, everywhere. YouTube, Apple Music, iTunes, SoundCloud, Deezer for the people that's overseas. Title for the people that like to give the guys their royalty. Um, YouTube, anywhere. Just look me up at Neekdaskittz. If you want to know me personally, on IG at I am Neekdaskittz, or my Facebook, which Tech9 has shouted me out multiple times. Thank you to the big homie Tech9. Thank you to Mikey P for reaching out. This is
All love, bro.
again,
All love, all respect.
this is the most coolest shit ever. Like, nigga, I'm on an interview over live thing and this ain't Corona. Oh, this shit's fucking cool. Okay, anyway, you know what I'm saying? Appreciate you doing for having me. Appreciate you for giving me some knowledge on the things, Pop. I hope we get to connect outside of this because I really want to know your fucking story, Doom. And yours, Mikey. But yeah, y'all can
We're
reach me at
locked
anything.
in, bro.
Yeah, for shit short. Y'all can reach me at anything. My personal Facebook is Nico, Nico Brown. If y'all want to just hit me up. Everything else, just Neekdaskittz. Look me up and you'll see me. That's it.
Dooney,
Man.
any final thoughts, Dooney, before we bounce for the night, bro?
Pleasure meeting you,
Man,
young
thank
king. Man, it's an honor, bro. I feel that the people need to see who you are other than the artist and what created this artist and what formulated that there's a mind and there's a conscience behind this
right.
art.
There's
And your story need to be told, bro. And I'm glad you shared it, bro, and you came on, bro. I love who you are, and I can only imagine where you gonna be. Well, wherever you be, bro, I'm gonna see you there,
amen.
bro.
I see you
Right?
there too, bro. Yes,
For
sir.
sure. We
Thank
definitely
you.
gonna stay in touch,
Thank you, bro.
man. You say
Thank
it's life,
thank
man.
you.
You don't meet, when you meet a good person, man, no matter where they're from, bro, they're far and hard to find, bro. So we stay connected.
Thank you, bro.
We stay
Yes, sir.
connected.
Thank
Pleasure meeting you, man.
Thank you, man. Thank you,
So,
sir.
Dooney, I appreciate you popping on as always, bro. I can't do the show without you, bro. This is what it is. Nico, it's all love, it's all respect, bro. You are the
Thank
newest
you,
family member of the We Outside Live family, and once
thank
a
you,
family
man.
member, all the family members. So we're gonna make sure The conversation don't end here. We're always going to be showing, sharing your stuff whenever we come across it on social media. It's all. If you ever got anything that you need talked about or promoted, just let us know. You ever want to pop back outside with us? You just say the word. As we tell all our family members, the door is always unlocked, bro. You just got to open that shit up, man.
And
That's it.
as you open your doors to me, I open my doors to you, man. Schizo gang for life, bro. Whenever y'all ever in Houston, Texas, whenever y'all in Texas, give me a shout out. We'll make sure y'all are well taken care of. On my soul. On my
It's
soul.
all love, bro.
Yes,
We're
sir.
locked.
Yes, sir.
We're locked in,
I'm
bro.
coming to Houston.
Dooney, it's time to make some plans.
Hey, ask Mike. Mike told me that about Oklahoma. And I pulled up to his front
Like, nigga,
doorstep.
what's up?
Yo,
What we doing? Look. Yeah, I got
Dooney, all we gotta do is hop in the car, bro. That ain't shit. You know we like to drive. That ain't
you.
nothing,
Yes,
bro.
man. That's
That ain't
love,
yes,
man.
nothing.
sir. Yes,
Thank
sir.
y'all, man, so much, bro.
Yeah.
Love.
Shoot.
Neekdaskittz.
So we're gonna say we're gonna be seeing you,
Yes,
man. We're gonna be
Yes.
seeing
I
you
hope so.
soon.
Oh,
No, we definitely are. We definitely
Now
are.
I have a reason to come to
I'm
Houston,
thinking about
right?
coming to KC Mo. I've been hopefully, you know what I'm saying. I've been
I'm
trying
here,
to.
bro.
Yeah, I'm trying to come out there, man. So when I get out there, I'll definitely tap it.
And I only live 10 minutes away from Strangeland, so
Say no more, because that's exactly where I'm going.
all we got to
Exactly.
exactly.
That's
So
exactly
we're
where
locked
I'm
in.
going.
We got the numbers, bro. So we're gonna stay locked in. So no, we appreciate, like Dooney said. I'll just second it. We appreciate your openness, your authentic.
Who we know?
We know a couple people. We know a couple people.
I know a few,
Who we know? You
I
know.
know a few people too, man. We gonna have fun.
Yes, sir. Who we?
It's all
Hey,
love. It's all respect.
we share the
Man, ain't that
family,
the
bro.
truth? We're all family out here, man. People need to start realizing that a little bit more out here, especially in this day and age. Ladies
Yes,
and
sir.
gentlemen, this has been We Outside Wednesday. Neekdaskittz, we appreciate you. We appreciate your time, your conversation, your authenticity, and your realness and willingness to just come out here and have some real motherfucking conversation, bro, because that's exactly what this platform is all about. We do this every Wednesday, every Saturday. It's put the guns down. We outside, where we are against gun violence and addressing mental health awareness, just like we did on tonight's conversation. And then we do it on Sundays. This coming Saturday, we got the Hunkster out of Oakland. That's going to be a dope conversation. And then right on Sunday, we got Rachel Renee of the Holden Court podcast popping out with us. So, man, what a beautiful week. What a beautiful week. And it got kicked off with Neekdaskittz. So we